Welcome to the Ideal Auto Factory. You have 1 day left to win this car. Keep God first. Let's get into this video. I've always wanted to give back to the RC drift community. This is one of the ways that I feel like I can do that. In this video, all I'm gonna do is show you the little mods that I'm doing, the little sprucing up, I should say, that I'm gonna do to this RC drift. Almost ready to run because you still need a battery. This will be the remote that you will use when you're driving the Mustang down there. So, if you want to enter to win this car, go ahead and click the link in the description. Join. Again, 24 hours left to go, or somewhere around there. But either way, the countdown's going. No reserve, no limits. Get as many tickets as you want to win this car. In the description is everything that you'll actually be winning. And it's all detailed, every electronics, all of it. And also, this is an RMX EX S Pro, specifically bought and built to be something that you can win. Now, I will say, I'm enjoying this car. I've driven it a couple times. You know, I had to get a test drive in. Who doesn't get a test drive? But also, it's not a weight shift car. This is something that I built to be anything somebody can grow with, especially a beginner. Or if you're, more on the pro side, it's definitely capable. I really like the fact that it's got adjustable rear arms. It's got a full caster and all those adjustments. It's very capable. So without further ado, here's all the little things that I did to it. You all enjoy. Keep God first.
All right, so here we go. We have the wheels. They're unpainted. And if you look at the whole chassis itself, it looks well put together, but there's some work to be done. There's the rear wheels, and the first thing we're going to focus on is this blue servo. That's got to go. It doesn't match anything that's happening. And then I'm going to get those wires shortened. And then after that, I'm basically going to clean up the soldering back there and put that cap somewhere because it's dangling, as you can see. But, it doesn't look bad. So let's get to removing it. Obviously, you got to take the servo arm off. I'm not removing the whole horn. That's not necessary in this case. But I do have to unplug it and basically cut the wire to length. Make sure you verify you're going to reach the actual transmitter receiver box area when you are shortening wires. I have a video on that as well. How to shorten your RC wires. Yeah, I'll link that in the description so you can, learn. Because right here, I'm just showing you. I'm not really showing you how, though. So let's take this tape off because that's blue. I really want to know where these servos are made because I think all of them are made in the same factory. Obviously, it says made in China like the rest of them do. But I'm about to take these 4 screws out. The first one, don't judge. I did use a hand tool and I quickly realized that this would take forever with the hand tool. So I jumped to the power tool. Once you have all the screws loosened, you can take the cover off, or basically the centerpiece, and then you'll have to split the bottom piece from the centerpiece and slide the centerpiece out. And that's what it looks like. Well, let's change that from blue to red in 3, 2, 1. There you have it. It's red. Now let's put it all back together. I did use vinyl wrap to make that happen. Just another video somewhere in the archives. If I find it, I'll link that video too on how I did that so you can learn how to do it too. But again, just showing you the way. So now it's all back together and going to focus on getting those wires with a plug on them. Yep, there we go. So all of the plugs are on now. That is part of the shortening the wires video as well that I linked in the description earlier. And as you can see, it is a basically fail-safe JST plug, the one that comes from Futaba, I believe, if they actually coined the term, but it's a JST plug where the signal wire has a little beveled edge, so you never plug it in wrong into your receiver port. And right now I'm just making sure the wires are all the way in and the pins and tabs are flush. And now that that's done, I have assembled the servo back in there. Kind of matches. It's a little brighter, but hey, it's better than blue. And now we're going to focus on the actual wheels. So I'm going to take that wheel off there and get that paint. That was my closest attempt at making bronze. I didn't have bronze in the actual arsenal, so had to mix up some colors and make it myself. But one of you all commented that, so I decided to try my best to get bronze. And there goes the insert. Chris, he's made these wheel inserts for me, and they're pretty tough. They're tougher than anyone I've ever used, and they're resin, and I've been drifting on them pretty fine. Now I'm going to put some black in my airbrush and prime these wheel inserts. Airbrushing is awesome. If you haven't, go ahead and get you some. I will be doing airbrush videos here shortly once my paint arrives, so be looking out for those videos. I'm covering the whole thing in black just to make sure that there's no base of the resin gray that shows up when I'm spraying them in the makeshift bronze that I made. And now comes the moment of truth. Time to pour in that custom, I don't even want to call it bronze anymore, but it was my attempt at it. Call it earthy brown. I don't know. But yeah, you can see me laying the layers on there. Airbrushing is awesome because you can kind of dry the paint as it sprays. But there's Real Bronze by Total Shop Toge A, and his wheel, and then there's the earthy, more darkened pale brown that I mixed up. But that's what it looks like on the actual car, on the chassis. And you know, all that's left now is to do some soldering, so let's get to it. As you can see, this is the best way I can kind of show you all how this is done. So my temperature is right at about 600 degrees, like 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going at this sort of like a touch melt, back off, touch melt, back off, touch melt, back off kind of way. I'm not melting the whole soldering joint from the top of that wire to the bottom of that ESC plate. I'm pretty much just melting enough solder to where it pools up at the top, and then when I touch everything, it kind of melts together. And that's what it looks like when it's all said and done. A little better than before. Could have done a lot better, but gravity was fighting me. I also went ahead and did some little bubbles on the motor wires as well. So cleaned it up a little more, made it look a little more professional, you know. You be the judge there. And of course that cap is not dangling around anymore. It's actually nicely fitted on the left side. Look at that. And there it is. The whole thing all done. Look at the wheels. I think it's not a bad color combo, to be honest with you. And if you notice, there's also body lines on there. And I have a video for that as well. So let's give it a test drive after all of that, and we wrap this video up. All right, my son's crying in the background because he loves watching me drive, but he also wants to drive himself. So usually I give him a little remote and he gets to enjoy, you know, the feeling that he's driving this RC car, but I couldn't give it to him this time.
And that's going to do it for today's video. Again, Flysky Noble NB4 Plus custom. Then also the full-on, almost ready to run, just supply your own 5mm bullet battery and you got yourself a full-on drift kit ready to go. Electronics, everything, gyro, just good to go and have some fun. So I hope whoever wins enjoys it. Good luck to everyone. God bless. Keep God first. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.